Yeah, hi, good afternoon. So we have clearly observed how this Dow future is used to manipulate global trades. It was down 500 and then now it is up 450. And you can also see the SGX Nifty around 70 points up from the close. So one more thing important here is the Nifty PCR. So Nifty Bank Nifty PCR, you must have observed that it suddenly with just a 100 150 fall in Nifty, the PCR halves. It becomes 50% from what it was. And with 100 150 point movement up in the Nifty, the PCR doubles. So it becomes oversold, overbought in a flash, which it was not doing before 1st of June. Because after 1st of June, these new margin rules have come up. So the volume has reduced big time from the retail HNI. And the smart money is kind of jumping trades. So that has led to sudden overbought, oversold positions here. So Nifty is clearly oversold here, and we did actually buy Nifty 11,000, 15,700 call at around 80 rupees, and it went up much higher, and it did close at some 90 rupees. Yeah, 90.94 settlement it gave. So we had bought at some 80, 84, 84. So Nifty, any spike comes in the on Monday, we should book this trade. So what levels to look at Monday? We have already posted those levels in Telegram group. See what happens is here you should see 839. When the Nifty was falling, it did make a flash high here 839. So the level for Monday will be 839. There has to be a close above 839, and then the obvious life high level. So these two levels will be important on the upside, and on the lower side, today's low of 632 is important. So one important thing observation here is the Nifty actually has closed below the previous week's close. So 722 was the previous week close. This week's close is 682. So this is traditional old school Bhav theory, which many people have actually abandoned. So it's time to go back to that, considering tremendous amount of manipulation we have seen in the market. So this shows that Nifty actually is very weak, because the settlement of Nifty on Friday, we were expecting a very good bounce on Friday, and Dow future almost recouped its losses. So 500 points it was down on Thursday, and then the Dow futures closed at 250 minus. So 200 250 points it recovered its fall on Thursday, and then yesterday it was up 450 points. So overall the Dow future is up 300 points from Thursday, and Nifty is still down. So the close that Nifty gave is not good actually. So any spike we get till 839 and 915 is supposed to be sold. The reason here is, see, 839 and 915. The reason here is two big stocks, Infosys and Tata Steel. We are short on them, or we are going to initiate a short on them. And this Reliance, ICICI, they have actually broken down. There is a proper breakdown here on a week end basis. See, 2129 was the close previous week, and the week that just went by, 2071 was the close. So this is not a good close. So any spike here will actually lead to sell-offs, but we will not trade this Reliance, and neither will trade this ICICI Bank. Here also the close is not good, 638 versus 640. We will focus on Infosys and Tata Steel. So Infosys results are on Wednesday 14th of July, which is a holiday here. You must have observed for past 2 weeks the stock has done nothing. But if you observe for past 3 weeks, the close was 1574, then 1567, then 1562. So this is a consolidation being happening at the top. So the short positions are being built here. So this is not a good close. So for aggressive traders, anything near 515, 80, 15, 90 and above, you should go short on Nifty, on Infosys on Monday and Tuesday. And for conservative traders, if Nifty closes on Monday or Tuesday below the previous week's close of 1562.90, you should go short or you should buy the put. So what is the close? How to look at close? So 3:15 p.m. is usually the rate to look at, because after 3:15 p.m. there is a 15-minute settlement. So that is averaging. So usually the 3:15 p.m. rate is the most of the time is the closing rate. So here 600 is the lot size of Infosys. So 1500 put is around 12 rupees. So this 1560 at the money put is around 33. So if considering SGX Nifty is up 70 points, so there will be some spike in the Infosys stock, or even if it remains flat, these puts will quickly decay because of the very low VIX. The VIX is below 13 and 600. So currently it is 18,000 worth. So once you get this contract around 13,000, you should immediately buy, and this will lead to around 10 times the movement. So around 12 to 13,000, you should do that multiplication, say on Monday, whichever the put option fits in here, and that will be a 10x trade here, because the expectations are extremely massive for Infosys. Despite TCS cracking after the result, Infosys actually held on, it did not melt. So any kind of disappointment here will be punished severely, because the Infosys stock has gone up 270 points in just 1 month. So from 1311 on 10th of May week, it has gone to 1591. That's 270 points. That's 20% in just 1 month for a stock like Infosys, a big heavyweight. So any kind of disappointment here will be severely punished, and you will get a 10 times the trade in put option. Another trade is Tata Steel. So Tata Steel actually has been going up because of reduction in debt in their European business. Also the prices have been supportive. Also around 4-5 days back, Tata Steel reported their operational numbers for the June quarter, which were very good. So Tata Steel has been going up and up. Now one important thing to observe here is, most recently the prices in China. So steel is not a base metal, it is a derived metal. So it is traded only in China, because China is number 1 in steel production and number 2 is India. And China's monthly production of steel is equal to annual production of India. So India being number 2 is 1/10 of China. This is such a big gap. So Chinese steel prices are very important, and they have been gradually starting to correct because of the low demand season there. Also they have been releasing inventories. So if you observe this Tata Steel here, 10th of May there was a high of 1246. So this stock has been consolidating on a week closing basis. Never has this 1246 been breached. And the most recent week which ended, the high was 1244. So for daredevils, if there is a spike again near 1244 and above, you should go full short here on Tata Steel. And for conservative people, as soon as Tata Steel closes on EOD basis below previous week's low, that is 1239, which we observe here. Friday's close is previous week's, the week gone by's close. So on Monday, if at 3:15 p.m. the close is below 1239, or on Tuesday, you can go short despite the stock falling, because then the room for downside clearly opens. So you need not you may not be required to average your trades, the put options. And for daredevils, 1244, 1246 and above, you should short the hell out of the stock. Also on 4-hour chart, 4 hour is something our own discovery. It is at the upper extreme. So this is a very good short, and with even if you go wrong here, the chances of incurring massive losses are remote, because the put option you will get very cheap. So some 850 is the lot size for Tata Steel. So at the money put 1240, it is at 37. So if there is a spike in Tata Steel, or even if it remains flat, considering the VIX is very low, below 13, this put and both the options call put, they will start to melt like hell. So 850 into the option premium. So as soon as you get around 12-13,000, the multiplication, you should start entering the puts, and you are built in for a massive trade on the downside. So Nifty is extremely weak from the closing it gave on Friday, although it is at the lower extreme. So we'll see how this goes up on Monday and Tuesday. So if on Monday and Tuesday it again hits the upper extreme, that is we observe those levels 839 and 915. So it will be again at the upper extreme, and both these stocks will be ripe enough to be cut. So there is a Bakri Eid holiday on 14th, and let's cut these stocks to celebrate Eid here. So Infosys and Tata Steel are massive shorts. Just an update for you guys. Thank you very much.